Alrighty guys, so it's day 14 of my prolonged fasting, and I don't know if there's much of a difference. You know, I didn't plan on starting this fast when I did, so I don't have a proper before picture, but I have recent photos I'll attach, like, I think I did attach it to my last video about this, but you could just tell the difference just from my last few videos probably. But this is what I look like now, 14. I don't know if there's much of a difference from a couple days ago. But, so, I'm going to do a recap here, okay? And I have all the products. Let me show you. Real fast. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm not telling anybody what to do. This is just my experience and what I'm doing. Everyone does things different. Everyone's health is different. Like, I have nothing wrong with me, so I'm able to do this. So, except for, you know, gastro upsets here and there, but that's about it. So, I'm not on medication or anything, so that's why I feel I can safely do a long-term fast. But let me show you all the stuff I used, because I did use things a lot in the first 7 days. So, here. Okay. So, the first 3 days I was super, super sick. I did not plan on doing this fast. I just ended up not eating for 3 days, and I was like, well, shoot, I might as well continue on, right? So, for the first 2 days of me being sick, I only had a couple glasses of water. I was just too sick to do anything. The third day, I had a lot of lemon tea. Lemon tea and 1 scoop of sugar. So, technically, you're not supposed to, but I did. So, because I didn't know the rules of like, you know, no sugar, really. And I was so, like, I had to have sugar in it, in my tea. I don't know why. But it just tastes so good. Anyways, the third day, I had a lot of sugar. I mean, not a lot of sugar, a lot of lemon tea. And then I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I might as well do... Oh, and then in my coffee, I did my normal coffee. My normal coffee is cacao powder. Every morning, 2 cups of coffee with cacao powder. My sacred 7 mushrooms, 7 different mushrooms. 1 little spoon. This is sugar in the raw, not refined sugar. 1 spoon of sugar and black coffee. So that's what I do every morning. That was my jam. And then I was like, you know, I'm gonna do this. This is the 3rd day. I'm thinking I might as well do that night. I start feeling a little bit better, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to continue this fast. But before I continue, let's do a gallbladder and liver flush. So I, that evening, I took a whole lemon and equals amount olive oil, shook it up, and downed it. Now, you usually use grapefruit, but I only had lemon. And downed it, and that's supposed to flush your gallbladder, because your gallbladder, I was sick before that for 7 days straight, and then it was a horrible sickness. I was just so sick with a sore throat and not being able to eat. But anyways, when you do a flush, you're not supposed to eat any fats. Well, that's why I was like, it's perfect. Let's just do this before I get too far into this fast. And so I downed it. And then a couple hours later, it was the 3rd night. So in a gallbladder flush, you need to drink Epsom salts to help flush your body. Or you can use magnesium calm. And I chose magnesium calm because, your body, I'm not eating, I need magnesium. But it's more gentler, right? So I did like a couple big spoons full of this with a big glass of water and drank it before I went to bed. And then the next morning I flushed some gallstones, so that was good. But I have a burping issue, so that's why I was like, that's what I was thinking. Let's just keep on this fast. Maybe I was doing some research on fasting and stuff and autophagy. And so I was like, let's keep on going. But I have to take HCl with my coffee. I take one of these, or no, 2 of these with my coffee to help raise my stomach acid level to keep me from burping. Because if your acid level is too low, you get reflux and burps, and because your acid makes, there's a sphincter, it's called sphincter, it closes, and if it's too little, it stays open, and you need more acid to signal it to close. So that works a lot, but you know, I'm trying to see if this fast will cure that, so I don't have to do that, because there's probably, you know, maybe there's deeper issues. So but I did that, and I was like, you know, let's do a parasite thing too, all at once. So I was taking this, so the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, the next 4 days, I took this 3 times a day, 2 of these, 3 times a day, the next 4 days. And I took this twice, two of these every morning for the next 4 days. And then I had herbal tea with no sugar, a glass of tea with no sugar. And then I had my Truly. I have Truly tea. It's basil tea, so I drink basil tea. It's holy basil. I have a bunch of that, and I drank some holy basil tea, you know. But then I broke my fast. Broke my 7-day fast. So I went 7 days with that stuff. So, and I wasn't hungry at all. Not at all ever hungry. I had a lot of energies. I planted tomatoes. I was able to play with my grandson and take care of it, no problem. And then we went out to dinner on the 7th day. Probably shouldn't have. And then when I broke my fast with a can of sardines and a cup of coffee with collagen in it, because collagen's important. So a cup of coffee with collagen, a big scoop of collagen, and not my other stuff. I said, you know, I'm not going to put the other stuff in, just collagen and a little spoon of sugar and inulin fiber to help feed the good bacteria, because inulin is a prebiotic. So I drank that, and then had a thing of sardines, and then I had, a couple hours later, I had some chicken bone broth. I have some homemade chicken, like, soup I make with bone broth, just base. And that's what I had. I'll show you. Let's see, it's way down here. Okay, so this. It has chicken in it, carrot, celery, and bone broth. That's what I had. I made a bunch of this. So, and then I waited, and we went to Denny's because it's super cheap, and I wasn't going to eat anything, but the smell started getting to me, and mind you, I was thinking about, I ended my fast, and I had honey in tea, and I just started having some weird allergic reaction. My nose started running, and my eyes were tearing, and this waiter smelled like horrible. Maybe it was the perfume she was wearing, I don't know. It started slowly, and then I had ordered a skillet, but with nothing on it except for, it was cubed and baked potato and chicken on it that was I don't know, like, you know, cooked on the stove. I forget what it's called. Anyways, I only had like 4 bites of that. I had like 4 pieces of the potatoes and 4 pieces of the chicken, and that I was done. It was making me sick. So we get home, and my allergies just pouring, and like my nose won't stop running, my eyes won't stop leaking, and I was sneezing, and so the next day it was continuing, and I couldn't eat again. So I was like, let's just start this fast all over again. Let's pretend yesterday didn't happen. And let's just keep on going. Because I didn't even feel like stopping. I felt like I could have gone and gone and gone. I made myself stop the fast because we were going out to eat for a farewell kind of dinner. See you later kind of dinner. And for my family. And then anyways, so yeah, I started the fast again, and my allergies went away. So you can either call it a 14-day fast so far, or at my second consecutive 7-day fast. So the next 7 days, this is what I did better this time. So I didn't do any of this stuff anymore. This stuff is done. Okay? That stuff is done. So I just started doing plain black coffee. No sugar, nothing. 2 cups of plain black coffee. And then I would have half of this bottle, or a whole bottle. No, about half the bottle of spot water. And then I would do a scoop of electrolyte powder. Because I don't want to have deficiencies where it hurts my body in minerals and stuff. I'm going for another 14 days here straight, so I'm gonna make it 21 days minus the 1 day I broke my fast. But I was starving that first 3 days. I was so starving, and I think it's because of the potatoes and the protein I ate. But I wasn't. When I first started the fast, I was sick, so I didn't feel it. But anyways, so basically every day I had coffee, black, 2 cups, a cup of electrolyte powder. After I would drink, I guess it doesn't matter if I drank half of it and then had the cup, and then I drank the other half. And then I took my supplements because I have estrogen problems, premenopause. So dim sum, I didn't want to miss out on. I take that, and it works. And then vitamin D, zinc, because I was still getting over allergies and stuff. And then vitamin B1 complex. And then some magnesium that night. And then I'd have a normal spoon of magnesium calm, where it doesn't make you go to the bathroom, just enough to help you sleep. And that's what I did for 7 days. I didn't do these vitamins every day. I did these every other day. Okay? So every other day I did the vitamins. So every other day the vitamins. But I did these 3. I had a couple of these, and then 2 of these, and 1 of these. Yep. And a cup of coffee. And that's it. For 7 days. Very simple. But this next 7 days, I'm not going to do any of the vitamins, because the last 7 days I want to make sure none of the vitamins are disrupting anything. And also, sorry, I took a Flintstone vitamin a couple times because I love Flintstone vitamins. It has iron in it, and I felt a little heart flutter. Like, ooh, sometimes that happens to me. And I was like, I might need some iron. So, yeah, I took that. So, yep. And then 7 days left. So, 2 7-day fasts. And then another 7 days. So, it's a 7-day fast and a 14-day fast. Total 21 days. Yep. That's what I'm doing, but Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with this next week without the vitamins. No vitamins, just 7 days, just this. And maybe not even this. Just these two. Just these two. Maybe this every other day. Alright, and then I'll be done. Yay! And then we'll do maintenance fast. And my maintenance fast is going to be 10 days on, 3 days off. 10 days on. Well, I might just do 2 days off. 10 days on, 2 days off. 10 days on, 2 days off. And that's what I'm going to do. Alright, talk to you later. Peace.